Hello everyone, it's Omae and welcome back to the brand new video. Today I'll be discussing in extent the new PKA update and going in depth on how the new ranking system will work, who this change will benefit the most, and what you can do right now to prepare for the update on July 13th. What rewards will this new system offer, a few problems I have with this update, and much more. First off, there is now a ranking system for PKA, which is somewhat akin to the Kizuna Alliance ranking system, where your alliance's rank categorizes you into S1, S2, S3, etc. Instead, we're now working with the border system. So, as far as we know, there will be 6 borders, with border 6 being the highest bracket. Your bracket will be determined by the sum of your total defeat level for all 3 bosses. Or I'm sorry, the highest defeat level for all 3 bosses. That adds up to your total defeat level, and this can reach a maximum of 900. That is given that you're able to defeat all 3 bosses at level 300, which, if you're a new player or don't know, level 300 is roughly 10 trillion HP, which, remember, after 1 trillion damage, your damage is nerfed significantly, only prevented by damage limit break potential ability, your general damage limit break, and this new function where certain boosted characters will give you damage limit break. So reaching level 300 with these new updates is actually way easier and much more practical for the common player. Prior to this update, reaching higher levels in the battle hexes only allowed you to get slightly better defeat rewards and a higher chance at dropping Heim turtles. But now there's a much larger incentive, Aurora gems and Super Cola, as well as Rainbow Tavern medals and bounty, as far as we know. So there has been a massive update to the Usopp buff that appears on the PKA map. Currently, if you get 9 of Usopp's favorite, which is I think the fried fish, right? Then you can get a 60% reduction in the enemy's HP. So previously that would bring the enemy's HP down from 10 trillion down to only 4, which is still extremely difficult to get to, but it's far more practical. Remember, you do get a 100% at least stat buff in PKA as long as you've picked up all of your XP during the map. Getting to 100, which is essentially just 1x extra damage, is gonna help you a lot to reach that 4 trillion. But now Usopp has been buffed. If you pick up Luffy and Usopp, then Usopp will get a buff going from 60% to, currently we don't know where it's gonna go. It could be either 70, hopefully it's 80. If it's 80%, then getting that level 300 will not be difficult, but I think it'll be 70%, bringing down to 3 trillion. And with the new update of Trusty characters giving you damage limit break, reaching 3 trillion is not that big of an ask. It is difficult, you will need a special team, but it is far more practical than it was before. Another concern I have is that the middle bosses in the middle of the map, they don't increase as quickly in level as the final boss. What I mean by that is, the final boss, every time you clear the map, even without using Zoro's ability to increase defeat level, you get a 4 increase in defeat level every single map you play. Whereas for the middle bosses, it's only +3 defeat level every single time you clear it, right? So it is going to take much longer, and not only are you getting more defeat level every time you play for the final boss, but also you can use Zoro to boost that level. So I'm really hoping they're going to introduce an update where you can maybe use Zoro for the middle bosses as well, and they force Zoro to be on that first node that you when you start the map, so that Zoro affects both of the middle map bosses as well. Like, they need to make an update like that, otherwise it's going to be super annoying to actually get to level 300 on those mid map bosses, the battle hexes, right? So it is very interesting. I like that they introducing trusty characters for damage limit break. And another thing, they're also introducing trusty characters for Kizuna to increase how many boss tokens you get. We can talk about that mostly in a separate video, but this could bring some more usage to Kizuna Legends. But yeah, for PKA side of things, we can get to the damage cap. We can get past it very easily thanks to the Trusty characters feature, giving damage limit break. We also have Usopp being buffed from 60% to likely 70% if you pick up Luffy across the map as well. And of course, if you pick up Sanji and Nami, then you can also get an extra, I think, 80% stat buff in addition to the 100% you have by default from being at a higher level of PKA. So with that extra stat buff from Sanji and just PKA in general, and then also the new Usopp and also Luffy, then you can definitely reach that 300 level quite easily, I believe. So I'm excited for this. Of course, this will mostly benefit endgame players who have a much more established box. Having your units at level 150 will also make a massive impact for this. So we don't know exactly what the rewards are at different border tiers, but from what I'm seeing here, it should still give you a decent amount of rewards, even at lower border levels. So I think everyone will benefit from this, but unlike duels where you need to get to 50 stars to actually get any rewards, this should benefit even lower players, but mostly people who have a strong box with high level limit break and top tier units, right? But I'm excited. Super Cola is a very scarce resource. The only time we get it is from PKA, and even then it's not that much per month. It takes quite a few months to actually get even just one ship to completely get to level 12 with Super Cola, since you need 20 of this resource, right? But Aurora gems, easily the most hype part. We get so few of these every month. It's definitely nice to get 1 or 2 extra from PKA, right? So I'm hoping this is not just one, but we'll see. Of course, if you're a high ranking player, the bounty is going to be essential for you. But yeah, I think that's about it. Very fun update. And what I mean by you can help this right now is this update will be taken into effect the second the update happens. Not everything will be implemented though. The Usopp buff, this will only happen in the next PKA. So if you are trying to get the rank this PKA, keep a few things in mind. It'll be much harder because you won't have access to the damage limit break trusty characters and the Usopp buff. And also the rewards for this PKA will be much lower since this is just a test. They've spoken about this in game. He had spoken about in the in-game mail or notice, should I say. So even if you have a total defeat level of 1, you will still be entered into the border. So no matter what, you will be getting at least some form of reward at border 1. And it says here, the first border. Bro, they need to fix these typos. It's starting to become a lot more frequent. But anyways, the first border challenge will have less rewards. The reward content will be increased from the next event after the update. And quest info will be available from the crew edit menu. So this is another update. I did slightly scroll over here. It's on this one here. Also, thank you to Captain Poppy for providing the screenshots. It's nice to zoom in here. You can check crew setup and quest guide from the event top. So this means if you are trying to team build for PKA, you don't actually have to go into a map to look at the gimmicks, which is so much better. This has been a frustrating thing for me for a while now, so very happy about this. So just to summarize, what is coming on the 13th and what is coming only next month's PKA. So on the 13th, in 3 days after maintenance, which will start at 4 AM PST, I believe, and it will end at 19:30 PST. So half an hour after news time, we will get the update active, and what you will be able to immediately access for one is the edit crew, so you'll be able to very easily team build for PKA. You will also be able to access their border ranking, but you won't be able to access the new update with trusty characters giving damage limit break and also the Usopp buff. So it'll be way harder to get to level 300, but at the end of the day, if you are at a very high level of PK already, you can get to level 300 much easier, right? That's about it that you can access as soon as the update goes live. The ranking and the edit crew function, and I will talk about the other updates in general in a separate video, but for now, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, ask me down below. Make sure to get your defeat level up in preparation for the update in a few days if you do care, especially for higher ranking players. This is extremely important. We actually got a hint about this like when they briefly discussed on this topic a few weeks ago. They did say that total defeat level would be important, so I'm sorry I didn't make a video about it at the start of the PKA. I saw that. I was gonna tell you guys, make sure to get a high defeat level for all 3 bosses, but I never got around to doing it. So if you are someone who's still at like level 40 or something, it is what it is. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'm out.